Master Ferdinand from Sri Lanka. Presently, I am at one of my students' residence at the Cricket. Behind me is the Cinnamon Grand Hotel, and in front of me is the Indian Ocean. This is a beautiful place, and it costs around $50 a day to rent. I would like to speak to you on the topic, if music be the food of love, play on. In the month of March, the United Nations has declared the 15th as World Radio Day. When Marconi found the radio around 1879, it created revolutions. When one thinks of radio, it brings in a lot of romance, especially for the older folk and even for the young folk who are glued to the FM system of radio. If one looks at the technical side of radio, one may say it is like a house. The radio waves enter a unit known as the RF unit, or the radio frequency unit. This can be described as the front veranda. And once it enters this place, the radio waves or the electromagnetic waves go into the mixer oscillator circuit, where the high waves are brought down to an intermediate frequency wavelength, which may be around 455 kilocycles. Here only all the amplification takes place, and then it is sent to a detector or a diode, which converts it into an audio range, because the human brain can understand between 20 and 20,000 hertz. The detector does this, or the diode is used in the detector to bring down these waves to this frequency, and after which it is sent to the audio frequency, where it is amplified again, the audio frequency amplifier, and from there onwards it goes into the speakers. This is just a brief description of the superheterodyne system of how a radio works. The same principle applies even for a TV or even the cell phones we use. It is the superheterodyne principle that is used to transmit waves, or radio waves or electromagnetic waves. One may say that electromagnetic waves is a form of light, or is made out of tiny particles known as photons. The difference in the energy levels of these photons that make it radio waves and the visible light waves that we can see. This is just the technical side of it that I explained. Then one thing, when thinks of radio, it has a lot of romance in it, especially when one looks at the olden days music, which brings back memories to many people, especially when one is in a solitude mood. One can put on one's radio and enjoy some good music and reminisce the past. It is a good source for, especially when you are in a moment of loneliness or when you are in a moment of solitude. It brings in a lot of comfort. And radio waves, especially the longer waves, go around the world. So one can have a small radio set and contact the whole world. When one looks at radio, it all started with a valve. And later on, in the early 1950s, then came the transistor. One may ask, what is a transistor? A transistor, one may say, is two diodes fixed in opposite directions. A transistor is made. So it is a very simple thing, but it has revolutionized the whole world. One may see today small cell phones, size of a palm. It is all due to the transistor being made smaller and smaller, which we call the integrated circuit, or many transistors into one small pin. So one can see how far technology has advanced, and technology is going to advance more, especially with the frequency modulation of system of transmitting. One can get very good quality music. But there also, even the FM has got to be turned back into AM, amplitude modulation, at the detector, because the human brain can understand only amplitude modulation. It is programmed only for that. So one can see, though all the new technologies come, we have to keep to Mother Nature's laws, because we are created in that manner. So with a lot of romance, I will close with the song Golden Memories and Silver Tears.